The Emergency Nourishing Networks, ENN. How Nourishing Networks groups can help before, during, and after a disaster. The November 20th, 2024, Pacific Northwest bomb cyclone launched devastation. And an idea. How can Nourishing Networks best help during a disaster? Nourishing Networks groups find people who need help and help them. Nourishing Networks volunteers are already on the ground, in the region. They are part of the local eyes, ears, voices, feet, hands, and heart inside the neighborhoods. Nourishing Networks volunteers already have established relationships and communication channels in Eastside regions, and they know how to help people at various levels of disaster recovery. Disaster response. Local emergency response services, first responders, are the public, private, and volunteer organizations that respond to incidents that threaten the safety and well-being of people in their area. They generally include fire departments, police services, and emergency medical services. Local municipality emergency response services do the heavy lifting. Recovery is not only about the restoration of structures, systems, and services. A successful recovery is also about addressing sources of inequitable and unjust outcomes, and individuals and families being able to rebound from their losses and sustain their physical, social, economic, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Nourishing Networks volunteers can help with sustainable disaster recovery and relieving needs in many ways. For example, by reducing the risks and vulnerability victims experience by supporting basic human needs such as safety, food, shelter, transportation, clothing assistance. By showing up, being with marginalized community members, homeless members, residents of tent cities, people in shelters, citizens with lower incomes. Find out what the specific needs are and be dependable. Recovery that takes longer periods of time needs a network of support. And by actions taken directly before, during, or immediately after a disaster to save lives, reduce health impacts, ensure public safety, and meet the basic subsistence needs of the people affected. Let's create a protocol how Nourishing Networks volunteers can coordinate and meld in with the various local municipality emergency service teams. As Walt Disney once said, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Phase 1 was accomplished when we announced this initiative at our Spring Network Shop 2025. At that event, 22 people acknowledged they wanted to participate in developing this effort. We invite any municipality civic leaders, service agencies, and interested volunteers in Seattle's Eastside region to become involved. Phase 2 would be to meet as a group and have our first objectives planning meeting. Phase 3 collects more data and information from stakeholders in the community. Phase 4 pulls together a working emergency Nourishing Networks protocol and how we can work with our local emergency response services as team members. Lastly, in Phase 5, we finalize the protocol and roll it out to all the stakeholders and all of the Nourishing Networks groups. But we want to make sure we get all this done before the next disaster might strike. If this is the first time you've heard of this and want to be involved, contact us here at scott@nourishingnetworks.net. Thank you, and let's get to work.